work for me.
I know not for you.
Can't do.
You might say that I'm not pointing at that. I know. Whatever I'm gonna do, I'm gonna do. I know. Mike, I know. Please. I'll just play until they start. Because now my glasses are getting all fogged up.
No. Well, that's the problem with the masks. You can't wear glasses and a mask. What do we know in Rothblum? What do we know in Rothblum? Yeah, no, let's play a Rothblum song.
Shabbat Shalom, everybody. Welcome. Shabbat Shalom, everyone. For those of you who are visitors to Rel to enjoy this incredible presentation this evening, my name is Brian Schulden-Fry, and I'm the new rabbi here. So it's, thank you. Yay! I wanted just to provide a moment for context for this evening, for this incredible celebration of an incredible musician, an incredible educator, an incredible rabbi, and an incredible man. Of course, the music of Moshe Rothblum, which we're celebrating this evening. And I think it's especially poignant that we're marking Moshe's birthday with a celebration of his music tonight. Because as many of you know, we're in the period in between Passover, our celebration of freedom, and Shavuot, the reception of the Ten Commandments, or our acceptance of responsibility. And if you think about that bridge between freedom and responsibility, it makes sense to link those two holidays, because what is freedom unless you have responsibility? Freedom in a vacuum, freedom without purpose, freedom without heart, freedom without ethics is meaningless and perhaps even vulgar. So let's talk about freedom. What's the very first thing the Jewish people do when they are freed? They cross the sea. The Egyptians are finally gone. They breathe a sigh of relief, and then they sing. So we can say that song, giving voice to the deepest emotions in our soul through song, that is the epitome or the quintessential Jewish expression. And so how special it is for us this evening to be celebrating a man who has added his voice, the beautiful music of his soul, to this community and to the Jewish world with music, with heart, and with love. Happy birthday, Moshe, and Shabbat Shalom. Okay. The good cantor is reminding me of all the things that she told me to say when she came into my office that I wrote down and are just on my desk right there. So the first thing is that we are in a service. So it's going to be a sort of performance-oriented, you may think kind of service, but this is a Jewish service. So we'd like to ask you to refrain from applauding. Clapping along, however, that's encouraged. Applauding after a prayer, not so great. So hold your applause, but clap along. And since it is a service, nothing more would be appreciated than singing along, joining the music, and being part of this grand musical celebration. Did I forget anything else, Cantor? We're good. Okay. All right. I'm going to sit down. You all enjoy the evening. Shabbat Shalom.
I am delighted to be sharing my 81st birthday with my synagogue family, who are honoring me by doing a Friday evening service with music that I composed over my more than 50 years at Adat Ariel. Okay, that's all right. It's also a great honor to have the Los Angeles Zimriyah Chorale here under the direction of my dear friend Nick Strimple and the work of another friend, Rand Harris, past president of Adat Ariel and president of the Chorale. Rand helped make the choir's appearance here possible. Indeed, the music of the synagogue played an important part in my becoming a rabbi. And I was very fortunate to have cantors who encouraged me to write music and to have it sung in the service. We all know that joining a synagogue and being active in its programs is not the easiest thing to do. There are financial requirements, meeting new people, but you really need to get active to make your investment worthwhile. It reminds me of the young couple that wanted to join a synagogue. So they made an appointment with the rabbi to find out what was necessary to get connected. As they got ready to leave the meeting, the rabbi said, "Oh, I forgot to mention one more requirement for membership. All new members must pass a special initiation test. For 2 weeks, the membership committee requires that you refrain, that you stay away from any hanky-panky." Well, to say the least, the couple was taken aback as they headed home, but the 2 weeks passed quickly and they came back to the synagogue. "Well, kids," said the rabbi, "how did it go?" "Unfortunately," said the husband, "it didn't go well at all. I'm afraid we could not pass the test." "What a shame," said the rabbi. "The membership committee will feel just awful." "We understand," said the wife, "because that's exactly how they felt at Trader Joe's." There are some people still laughing. We begin our service with Shalom Aleichem. It's on page 5 in our Sidurim, page 5.
Shalom Aleichem, Shalom Aleichem, Shalom, Shalom Aleichem, Shalom Aleichem, Shalom Aleichem, Shalom, Shalom Aleichem. Shalom, Shalom Aleichem, Shalom Aleichem, Shalom Aleichem, Shalom, Shalom Aleichem. Barachuni l'shalom, Alechi ha'shalom, Alechi, Alechi Elyon. Melech malchim, Alechi ha'tzalchim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Shalom, Malachi, Elyon.
A man walks into a store and he says, "Today is my wife's birthday, and I'd like to buy her a used ballpoint pen." The clerk looks up and says, "Oh, a little surprise, huh?" "That's right," says the man. "She's expecting a Cadillac." To find success, dear friends, you must have high expectations. And meeting those expectations can give you lots of satisfaction. So let us sing unto Adonai, let us trumpet praise to our protector. Filled with thanks, let us greet God, raising our voices in song. L'chu Neranena is on page 11. We continue now with selections from Lecha Dodi. You can find them on page 23, 24, and 25. And then when we get to Boi V'Shalom on page 25, we will stand, and I will give you the signal. This is the very famous rabbinic two-handed rise signal, something that I learned at the seminary 52 years ago. And I didn't do that well in it, but I'll try.
Shabbat nekabela, lecha dodi
מחשבה תחילה
לך דודי לקראת כלה פני שבת נקבלה לך דודי לקראת כלה פני שבת נקבלה לך דודי לקראת כלה פני שבת נקבלה התעוררי כי באורך קומי אורי שיר דברי כבוד אדוני עלייך נגלה לך דודי לקראת כלה פני שבת נקבלה לך דודי לקראת כלה פני שבת נקבלה לך דודי לקראת כלה פני שבת נקבלה שלום עטרת בעלה גם בשמחה ובצהלה תוך אמוני Mizmor Shir is on page 27. Mizmor Shir leyom haShabbat, Mizmor Shir leyom haShabbat, Mizmor Shir leyom haShabbat, Tov lehodot l'Adonai. Mizmor Shir leyom haShabbat, Mizmor Shir leyom haShabbat, Mizmor Shir leyom haShabbat, Tov lehodot l'Adonai. Tov lehodot l'Adonai, v'zamer l'shecho le'elyon, le'agia boker chesdecha, ve'emunacha b'leilot, alei asur ve'alei navel, alei higayon v'chinor, ki simamtani Adonai b'fa'alecha, v'masei alecha aranei. Mizmor Shir leyom haShabbat, Mizmor Shir leyom haShabbat, Mizmor Shir leyom haShabbat, Tov lehodot l'Adonai. Tzadik atomo yivra, me'eretz mo'avan v'yizken, sheturim bebeit Adonai.
As this sanctuary is filled with the beautiful sounds of our tradition, of our people, what an appropriate setting to welcome a new full member of our community. Sophie, that's you, because you will be called to the Torah tomorrow in celebration of your bat mitzvah. So you can give her an applause for that too. So, rabbis, we always set the rules and then we make the exceptions to the rules. It's part of the shtick, right? So we're going to invite Sophie for you and to your family to come on up and to make the blessing over the Shabbat candles. So come on up, everybody, and maybe come over here. Yeah, sure. We can all gather around, just don't walk off the...
No hang 10. I know what that means. Thank you.
And we'll invite the community to please rise. Okay. All right.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lahadlik ner shel Shabbat.
Amen.
And Sophie, may the warmth of these candles be a sign of all the warmth and the love that is felt in this sanctuary, the love for good Jewish music, a beloved rabbi, and a beautiful Jewish soul who is about to assume her place amongst our people. May the light of these candles light a pathway, illuminate a pathway for you, filled with blessing, filled with love, and filled with shalom. And let us all say, Amen. And since your family is already up here, we'll ask your parents to present you with your talit. Here, we'll have the parents come on over here. You all can be seated. And so we'll have here, Sophie, come over here, and then, yeah. Okay. That's fine, you can take off the mask. Okay, and maybe use this. We'll wait for whoever's coming up. Okay. Okay, got the two of you. Great. Okay. Yeah, you're okay. Here, why don't you step over here? Center Sophie, come stand over here. Here, stand like right where I am. Look at mom and dad. Here's the microphone. There you go.
Okay, so I think dads are allowed to cry in synagogues, right?
Yeah, okay.
So Sophie, you've worked so hard over the past several years, especially in the last few months. You've been nonstop, and it's been very impressive. Sometimes when you're running like that, it's hard to feel the significance of what's going on around you. And now I'm going to embarrass you and ask you to stop and take a deep, if I haven't already, by the way, and ask you to stop and take a deep breath and feel all the love around you right now. From your parents, from the rabbi and cantor, from your teachers who are here, from your friends and family who are here, from me. There are many theories about what the talit symbolizes, and my favorite is that it symbolizes love and protection. And my wish for you, Sophie, is that this talit always reminds you of the love around you tonight, and it becomes a thread that can connect you to that feeling whenever you want. When you're in shul, when you're under the chuppah, when you just need a little boost, anytime, anywhere. It's also a lovely fashion accessory that goes with blues and reds. Mazel tov, Soph. Our family and our community are so lucky to have you. I love you. Oh yeah, I guess I gotta show them all.
So my bigger speech is tomorrow, but I did want to know exactly how proud of you I am today. How proud of you I am today, how much I love you, and how much this entire weekend means to us, that you've done so much preparation for, and I just know you're going to do a great job tomorrow. This talit is from your Grammy and Grampy, as you know, because you helped them pick it out. They wanted something that was special to you and that you felt comfortable wearing, and that would always be a reminder of them to you when you wear it, okay? So may it wrap you in their love and our love for the rest of your life. I love you.
Amen.
And Sophie, the first lesson of your bat mitzvah is you're never too old for a kiss from mom and dad. So there you go. Okay.
We stand now for the Baruch Hu, the call to worship. It's on page 39A.
El Chai v'Kayam, Tamidim lo chaleinu leolam va'ed, Baruch atah Adonai, Hama'ari v'Aravi.
When it comes to special programming, all of our cantors have always been very creative. It was the 4th of July, many, many years ago, and cantor Alan Michelson of blessed memory wanted to do an Americana service. And he asked me to write something for Ahavat Olam, which I did. And lo and behold, it's here on page 40. I hope you enjoy it.
Ahavat olam ve'Yisrael, Amecha ahavta, Amecha ahavta, Torah u'mitzvot, chukim u'mishpatim. הם חיינו ויורך ימינו, ובהם נגע יומם ולילה, ואהבתך אל תסיר ממנו לעולמים. ברוך אתה אדוני, אוהב עמו ישראל. שמע ישראל, אדוני אלוהינו, אדוני אחד. ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך, והיו דברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך, ושיננתם לבניך, ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשוכבך ובקומך, וקשרתם לאות על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך. והיה אם שמעו תשמעו מצוות אשר אנוכי מצווה אתכם היום.
ויאמר אדוני אל משה לאמור
ויאמר משה לאמור דבר בני ישראל ציט בקפה לי אותם.
Then you will remember and fulfill all my mitzvot, and be holy before your God. I am Adonai your God, who brought you out of the land of Egypt to be your God. I am Adonai your God.
Adonai Elohechem, Emet.
Emet v'emunah on page 43a. Perhaps you heard the story of the duck. A duck who walks into a bar and asks the bartender, "Do you have any corn?" The bartender says, "No, we have no corn here." The duck leaves, but he comes back later and again he asks the bartender, "Do you have any corn?" The bartender is annoyed and he says, "No, we don't have any duck food here." The next day the duck comes into the bar again and he walks up to the bartender and he asks, "Do you have any corn?" The bartender, exasperated, says, "No, we do not have any corn. And if you come in here and ask me again, I'm going to nail your feet to the floor." So the duck leaves, but the next day comes in for the fourth time. He waddles up to the bartender and he says, "Do you have any nails?" And the bartender screams, "No, we don't have any nails." And the duck says, "Good, do you have any corn?" There is absolutely no connection that joke had with anything that I'm trying to teach tonight. I just thought it was a great story. But now we must continue with the service with me, Kamocha, on page 44.
ומלכותו ברצון קיבלו עליהם משה ומרים ובני ישראל לך אנו שירה בשמחה רבה ויאמרו כולם מי כמוך חיים אדוני מי כמוך נטר בקודש נורא תהילות עושה פלא נורא תהילות עושה פלא מלכותו ראו בניך בוקי היום לפני משה זאבי אנו ואמרו אדוני יבוא לעולם ועד זאבי אנו ואמרו אדוני יבוא לעולם ועד ונאמר כי פדרנה את יעקב וגאלו מיד חזק ממנו ברוך אתה אדוני גאל ישראל.
Hashkivenu is probably my favorite prayer in all of the liturgy because it's so personal. Asking God to let us sleep peacefully and wake up in the morning ready to live another day with strength and with meaning. It's also a prayer that gives the cantor the opportunity to shine. On page 45, we have Hashkivenu, and although we were not applauding before because it was part of the service, this is still part of the service, but you'll see.
No pressure. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu l'shalom v'ha'amidenu Malkeinu ופרוס עלינו סוכת שלומך ותקננו בעצה טובה מלפניך והושיענו למען שמך והגן בעדנו והסר מעלינו אויב דבר וחרב ורעב ויגון ועשר שטן מלפנינו ומאחרינו ובצל כנפיך תסתירנו ובצל כנפיך תסתירנו כי אל שומרנו ומצילנו אתה כי אל מלך חנון ורחום אתה ושמור צאתנו ובואנו לחיים ולשלום מעתה ויד עולם מעתה ויד עולם השכיבנו אדוני אלוהינו לשלום והעמידנו מלכנו ופרוס עלינו סוכת שלומך ברוך אתה אדוני הפורש סוכת שלום עלינו ועל כל עמו ישראל ועל ירושלים.
I wrote Vishamru when I was the drama and music specialist at Camp Ramah in Wisconsin. It was for a play based on a story, a short story by Nobel Prize winner Shai Agnon. The play was repeated the following summer at Camp Ramah in the Berkshires. The melody for Vishamru was then sung on Shabbat when the campers from the two camps met in Israel and was brought home to America to the different synagogues that the campers attended. And the rest is history. This is how this particular melody for Vishamru got passed around the world.
לעשות את השבת לדורות הבאים. אותי לעולם, אותי לעולם, אותי לעולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית העולם. כי ששת ימים עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ, ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית העולם. וביום השביעי שבת וינפש, שבת וינפש, ביום השביעי. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. יתגדל ויתקדש שמי רבה, וילמד יפרח חירותי וימליך מלכותי, בחייכון וביומכון ובחיי דרך בית ישראל, בעגלה ובזמן קריב ויאמרו אמן. יהי שמי רבה מבורך לעולם ולעולמי עלמא. יתברך וישתבח ויתפאר ויתרומם ויתנשא, ויתהדר ויתהלל ויתהלל שמי דקודשא בריחו לעילא מכל ברכתה, כל ברכתה ושירתה, תושבחתה ונחמתה, דאמירן ויעלמה.
We come now to the Amidah. We stand for the Amidah and recite in Hebrew, in English, or use the time for our own silent devotions. It begins on page 47 and concludes on page 51. 47 through 51. Shalom Rav is on page 51, and that will lead right into Vayechulu, which is on page 53. So 51 and 53 for these two prayers.
Shemei Rabbi Beyama Divra Chirutev Yom Nichma Gudei V'chaya Chorav Yimei Chorav Chai Dochaved Yisrael Ba'agala Vizman Kariv Yimeru Amen Yehi Shemei Rabbi B'chora Li'olam Li'omei Amaya Yitbarach V'yishtabach V'yitpor V'yitromam V'yitnaseh V'yitadar V'yitaleh V'yitalal Shmei Dekudesha Li'elam Yikol ברחתה ושירתה, תשבחתה ונחמתה, דאמירן ביומה ויאמרו, אמן. תתקבל צלותון ובאותון דכל ישראל, קודם אבוהון דבשמיא, ויאמרו, אמן. שלום רב מן שמיא, וחיים עלינו ועל כל ישראל, ויאמרו, אמן. עושה שלום במרומה, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל ועל כל יושבי תבל, ויאמרו, amen.
At this time, I would like to include 4 songs that are not in the Friday evening service. They were written for various cantatas in the days when we had 50 confirmants in the 10th grade, or for songs that had special meaning for me. The first one is called Send Me. It's a song where the prophet Isaiah is ready to stand up and be God's emissary.
אשמע את קול אדוני, את מי אשלח ומי ילך לנו, ואומר הנני, שלחני, ואשמע את קול אדוני, את מי אשלח ומי ילך לנו, ואומר הנני, שלחני, shall I send? Who shall go for us? Then I said, here am I, send me. Vayeshma et kol Adonai, et mi eshkach hu yelech lanu. V'amar hineni, shlacheni, Then I heard the voice of the Lord, saying, whom shall I send? Who shall go for us? Then I said, here am I, send me. Vayeshma et kol Adonai, et mi eshkach hu yelech lanu. V'amar hineni, shlacheni.
For these songs we can clap. Okay? I wrote the second song believe it or not, 52 years ago, for the greatest inspiration in my life, for my wife Lois. It was written and sung at our wedding, Hana Hava Babanot, you are the fairest. You are the fairest among the maidens.
Anava babanot, Anahiri panayich elai, Anava babanot, Anahiri panayich elai, Ha'iri panayich elai. Bododi ki avita, afna amta li meyod, shlach yadcha v'chabkeni, amseni od va'od. Hanava babanot, Ana ha'iri panayich elai, Hanava babanot, Ana ha'iri panayich elai, Ha'iri panayich elai, Ha'iri panayich elai.
The third song, Sim Shalom, appears in the Shabbat morning prayer book. I have dedicated this particular song, which is the last song that I have written so far. I've dedicated this song to our wonderful cantor, to Judy Dubin-Aronoff.
I must say, I was overwhelmed when I was asked to arrange this, and great honor. But I knew that I really couldn't do justice to the piano part, so I asked John Micah Bracewell to make the piano part, and he'll play it too. So it's actually arranged by both of us. And again, it's such an honor for me to be able to do this for you, Rabbi.
Sim shalom tova uvracha, chen v'chesed v'rachamim, aleinu v'al kol Yisrael, al kol Yisrael amecha. Barchenu צדקה וברכה, ורחמים וחיים, ורחמים וחיים ושלום. וטוב בעיניך לברך את עמך ישראל, בכל עת ובכל שעה,
The last song, Seize the Moment, is a song which says, don't let your time pass without filling each moment with an appreciation for life. Seize the moment.
Seize the moment, hold the prayer, keep the vision, always care. Remember
Okay. Talking about seizing the moment. Sophie, this is your moment. Seize the Kiddush cup. The rabbi is calling upon you. So we're going to invite everyone to please. You got that? Okay. Okay, you got it? And we're on page 55. Please join Sophie, our bat mitzvah, for the evening Kiddush. Again, page 55.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam Borei peri hagam.
You're doing great.
Baruch.
Yeah, that's better. You gave you the wrong key as well.
Baruch atah Adonai.
In the key you want. Yeah, would you like to get it?
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam Borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam Asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzonanu V'shabbat kodsho be'ahava ratzon v'tilanu Zikara l'maaseh b'reishit Ki hu yom tehillah l'rihai kodesh Zecher zetziat mitzrayim Tivanu b'chorta v'chtanu kidasha mikorabim V'shabbat kodshecha be'ahava uv'ratzon hinaltanu Baruch atah Adonai Mekadesh
Don't worry, it's grape juice. It is grape juice right now.
Apparently not the best vintage. I don't know.
That's right, exactly. And we'll ask everyone to please remain standing. We're, as I mentioned before, in the period between Pesach, our celebration of freedom, and Shavuot, our acceptance of the commandments, our acceptance of responsibility. Of course, we count that time with the counting of the Omer. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kishanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu al sfirat ha'omer hayom chamisha u'shloshim yom shehem chamisha shavuot la'omer. Today is 35 days, 5 weeks of the Omer. May it be a time like this evening, a time of blessing for the Jewish people and for the world. And let us all say, Amen. Please remain standing as we continue with Aleinu, which can be found on page 56.
Aleinu v'shaveach v'aton hakol v'atek v'tula liyotzeh breshit shelo asanu k'goyei haratzon ve'lo samanu k'mishpechot ha'adama shelo sam chelkeinu kahem ve'gon aleinu kechol amonam va'anachnu korim u'nishmachim u'modim lifnei melech malchei amlachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu shehu noteh shamayim v'yosed haaretz u'mashav yikaram shamayim ima'ah ושכינתו זו, ושכינתו זו, בגובי מרומים. הוא אלוהינו, אין עוד, אמת מלכנו, אפס זולתו, כך כתוב בתורתו, וידעת היום, והשבותה אל לבביך. כי אדוני הוא אלוהים בשמיים ממעל, ועל הארץ מתחת אין עוד. כן יקבל לך אדוני אלוהינו רבי דיבר אז עליו. ככתוב בתורתך אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד, ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא, ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד ושמו
We can all be seated. In love, we recall those who no longer walk this earth, and we are grateful to God for the gift of their lives and for the cherished memories that never fade. This week, we as a congregational community mourn the passing of Janet Glazer, the mother of Ray Glazer, and we also mark the passing of Phyllis Burnell, the mother of our beloved President, Lena LeBeau. And to you, Lena, as you stand here with Mark close, having the opportunity to hear about your mom, about her life and about her as a source of inspiration for you. I just want to say, and I think I speak on behalf of our entire community, may God grant you comfort amongst the mourners of Zion in Jerusalem. And may that comfort be found in the beautiful family that you have here. Not only your mishpacha, as in the blood sense, but also your mishpacha, your family here at Adat Ariel. And we love you and we care about you, and we are here to support you through this time. This coming week, we're also going to observe the yurtzites of Sam Moore, Mildred Blackstone, Diane Lieberman, Rivka Laurie, Edward Rosenblum, Ann Rothenberg, Mark Shub, Harry Wool, Julius Baer, Rose Engel, Sherma Frank, Michael LaBelle, Bessie Phillips, Samuel Picker, Edward Simon, Michael Yulin, Ray Berman, Anna Goodman, Teddy Nee, Morris Courts, Diane Menser, Walter Rubiner, Ida Schulman, Scott Elias, and I understand that observing Scott's yurtzeit this evening is of special significance to the chorale behind me, as Scott not only sang, was a member of this very chorale, but is also the beloved husband of Leah Elias, who's here this evening. So to you, Leah, we hope that the memory of your husband, especially as we celebrate this night of beautiful song, is a source of song in your heart and a source of blessing. And we're all here with you as you observe his yurtzeit. We also continue to, with the yurtzeit list, Harvey Lake, Raphael Lowe, Ethel Greenberg, Theodore Gusto, Ethel Mendelson, Phyllis Prell, Faye Rice, Yaakov Roseman, Gertrude Van Gelder, Sari Allender, Jack Chavot, Theodore Katz, Sherry McClintock, George Popkin, Irma Spiegel, Philip Turbow, Anne Pauline Victor, Kenneth Arlen, Yehuda Ben Shabbat, Clive Campbell, Sarah Drake, Donald Edlin, and Stephen Kester Forer. Is there anyone else observing a yurtzeit for someone I did not mention? At this point, we'd like to ask those of you who are in mourning, or those of you who are observing a yurtzeit. You can all stand. As we sanctify God's name with the words of Mourner's Kaddish on page 58. Yitgadal v'yitgadash Shemei Rabbah. Bialma divra kirute viamlich malchute. Bechayechon uvyomechon uvchaye dechol beit Yisrael. Ba'agala ubizman kari vimru amen. Yehi shmei rabba mevarach le'elam omei maya. Yit barach v'yishtabach v'yit pa'ar v'yit romam v'yit naseh. V'yit hadar v'yit taleh v'yit halal shemei dekudisha b'reichu. Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata. Tush bechata v'nechemata. Damiran mi'alma v'yimru amen. Yehi shlama rabba min shemaya. V'chaim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael. V'imru amen. Oseh shalom imromav. Hu ya'aseh shalom. Aleinu v'al kol Yisrael. V'al kol yoshvei tevel. V'imru amen. And may the memories of our loved ones be a source of comfort and blessing for us, for our families, and for the entire people of Israel, as well as indeed the entire world. And let us all say, Amen.
Amen.
You can all be seated. Okay.
Oh my goodness.
Okay. Okay, you know what? So this is the not rehearsed number that we're all invited. So me, I know never to sing with music like this, except for this one number. So we're all going to stand up, and I understand that we're not only celebrating Rabbi Rothblum's birthday, but we're also celebrating his and Lois's anniversary. So Rabbi, come on up.
Okay, come here, stand next to your wife. Okay. Ready? Come on, everybody. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear. Happy Yom Holedet Sameach. And, you know, we could sing happy anniversary to you, but that just, does that fit? Happy anniversary to you. Happy anniversary to you. Happy anniversary, dear Lois and Moshe. Rothblums. Happy anniversary to you. We are very privileged. You can all sit down for a moment. Thank you. We are very, very privileged, Rabbi Rothblum and Lois, to celebrate your birthday and your anniversary together. We're so privileged that truly, I've really enjoyed this evening of your music. Thank you very much for giving it to us and to the whole world. Trust me, the whole world. I've heard stories about, when you've gone traveling in the world, one or both of his sons, and go into a shul, and you hear Vishamru, and he goes up to the rabbi there and says, "Oh, my father wrote that." No, he didn't. Yeah, that's just me, Sinai. But we thank you so much, and we're very happy to share this cake and more in our dessert reception after Adon Olam in the Jacoby Social Hall. I would like to thank. Yeah, you're going to take that to the Jacoby Social Hall. Thank you very much. I am. Watch your step. I am. Would you have a seat up here, please? Please sit down. I would like to thank, really, all of you for being here tonight. I would like to thank, first and foremost, Nick Strimple and the Los Angeles Zimriyah Chorale. who I have had the pleasure of singing with since its inception in 1998. It is one of the joys of my life. And I would like to thank also Rabbi Schuldenfrei for helping to make this possible as well. I'd like to thank Patrick and all of the guys who have helped. I'd like to thank Peter Reynolds for helping usher because and hand out programs, because if you've ever heard Peter, there is no one like Peter to welcome you to Adat Ariel. And you see, you get applause for that, Peter. I'd like to thank Jill Lasker for helping out as well, and all of the people in our admin staff and our office staff for helping to make this possible. Everything from the beautiful programs to just everything else that you see and hear. And I think I've thanked.
Well,
what?
you forgot one person.
I forgot. Huh? I didn't thank David and Mike. So David and Mike, great thank you. I have had the pleasure of knowing David for years, and really, I love playing with you guys. So thank you so much. I want to thank Jeb, our sound guy. And who else did I forget to thank?
There's one person who you forgot to thank.
My husband?
No, you. This evening is not possible without the love and dedication of our glorious cantor, Judy Dubin-Aronoff. So one more round of applause for her. And then just a moment of, and then two other people who this night is not possible without, and that, of course, as a, you did a good job with all that. I want to just, I want to thank all of you and Rabbi Rothblum and Lois, because what you show us as Jewish professionals, me as a rabbi new to this community, is that this is a community that loves and embraces its rabbi. And your love and embrace of Rabbi Rothblum and Lois and their beautiful music and their lives is truly a blessing and just an affirmation for me personally that this is a Kehila Kadosha, a sacred community. So thank you all. And anything else? Shabbat services, 9:30.
And I want to wish a special, special mazel tov to Sophie and to the ganze mishpacha, everybody. And Sophie is I'm staying home because Sophie's leading the entire service tomorrow. No, I'm not staying home. So, but really, she's an amazing young woman, full of energy, and I can't wait for tomorrow morning. So we will be here bright and early at 9:30. Some of us a little bit earlier than 9:30, and can't wait to see you tomorrow for Shabbat. We're going to end with Adon Olam on page 211.
What an exquisite evening.
I don't know.
Good Shabbos! Shabbat Shalom. Join us for dessert in the Jacoby Social Hall.